Missed out on breakfast? Fret not. It's never too late to grab a bite.
All right, on Breakfast Bites today, we talk about earthquakes and specifically how to protect yourself in one if you find yourself in one. In the wake of two recent quakes in Myanmar, one at the end of March, that was a 7.7 magnitude quake that struck central Myanmar, killed at least 3,500 people. It also caused buildings to sway in Bangkok, not very far removed from us. And there was one again in Myanmar yesterday morning as well. My first question to the two of you is, have you encountered an earthquake experience before?
Yes, but mine was really mild. It was when I was living in California, and there was a mild earthquake in the Bay Area, and I've also experienced one in LA.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't enough for me to have to run and take cover. We all looked at each other in the store. We swayed a little bit, and then we just went on about our day. They were very used to it, but I am illfully underprepared if something more serious were to happen, because being in Singapore, we don't have to deal with that at all. So I wouldn't really know what to do.
Yeah, the closest I've had experience with it was some tremors from Indonesia making their way to my home on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So not, of course, the full experience, but I don't think I'm ready.
Popular vacation destinations like California, as you mentioned, Italy, Japan, Mexico, and the Caribbean lie in active quake zones. So here are some steps you can take to stay safe if you're planning to travel to these or other quake-prone regions. Number one is take advantage of technology. Now, you can do some basic internet research to see if your destination has experienced major quakes before. Identify which local agency issues guidance and information during disasters, and check whether your destination has an earthquake early warning system. Experts say seconds do matter in an earthquake. In fact, they've pointed to footage from a Taiwan maternity ward during a 7.4 magnitude quake last year, when an alert sent a trio of nurses scrambling to push together a dozen bassinets, holding the newborn safely in place as the building lurched.
I saw that video.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Okay.
And I love to see the human experience come to life, like people really trying to protect those who can't protect themselves. These nurse videos and videos of people in hospitals, I always watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so some systems send alerts directly to your phone when quakes happen. I know Japan's a popular destination for us here, so you can download apps like Safety Tips or Nerve, that's Nerv. Tip number 2 is drop cover and hold on. Now, in most earthquakes, experts advise these 3 simple actions to protect yourself. To prevent falling, drop to your hands and knees, or if you use a wheelchair, lock the wheels. Cover your head and neck with your arms. Crawl under a sturdy table or desk if nearby, or next to an interior wall if not. Seeking shelter in a doorway is no longer recommended.
Okay, so I do remember the tip of going under the table. And I remember thinking, what if the table collapses on top of me?
Right.
And someone told me, well, it's to prevent like little things from falling onto
Debris
your head.
and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
So the number one tip I've heard is to go under a table. And I always think stop, drop, and roll, but that's not for earthquake. That's for fire, guys.
I don't think there's a lot of time to react, actually, so you've got to scramble with safety. So even if you're very close, I suppose, to the exit, you should just immediately find safety.
If you do find yourself under a table, you can grip a leg with one hand and stay put until the shaking stops. The bigger the quake, the longer it will last. For example, the 9.1 magnitude quake that struck Japan in 2011 went on for nearly 6 minutes.
Wow.
If you're indoors, resist the urge to run outside because you could be struck by falling debris or knocked to the ground in the worst case. If you're outdoors, stay outside and try to move away from buildings, street lamps, power lines, and trees. Experts also caution that any movement during a quake can be dangerous, so even standing upright during intense shaking is difficult.
Okay.
Tip number 3, the building type does matter. While the advice to stay inside and drop cover and hold on applies to most situations, it doesn't apply to all of them. According to the Earthquake Country Alliance, if you're on the ground floor of a building constructed with little input from engineers or architects, such as mud brick structures, this is the only instance in which you should consider moving outside during a quake. They also advise researching local protocols for earthquake response. Oftentimes, the manager or safety officer at your hotel can provide guidance. I mean, how many times do we actually do this? Rarely, right?
Yeah, almost never.
Because you never expect it to happen. This kind of local knowledge was invaluable valuable to one particular individual they cited as an example. He was a 37-year-old from Detroit. He was backpacking in Nepal back in 2015 when a 7.8 quake struck. Now, not long after the ground had stilled, dogs outside a restaurant started barking, and that's a sign that an aftershock was coming. And locals hustled everyone out of the stone and wood building, which wasn't built to withstand shaking. So this gentleman was very lucky indeed.
Wow, okay. And I wonder, here in Singapore, I know that we don't have many earthquakes, but if we were to ever experience a stronger tremor, I think that we have our buildings on our side, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Our infrastructure is pretty stellar, touch wood. Final tip, it's not over when the shaking stops. So once the quake subsides, many risks still remain. Leaking gas lines, downed wires, fires, and much more. Coastal quakes are extremely dangerous because of possible tsunamis. Now, if you're on a coast when an intense quake strikes, you can move inland on foot immediately, according to experts. Aftershocks are inevitable with a big quake, and they may cause additional damage. If you're in a heavily damaged building and can get outside, take your documents and medications with you, as you may not be able to re-enter. Another thing to note, cellular networks often overburdened after quakes. So try sending a text message or post on social media. You can use features like Facebook's safety check rather than making a voice call to tell friends and family that you're okay. Some newer phones also allow you to send text messages and share your location via satellite if indeed cellular networks are down.
All right, well, these were some great tips, but hopefully, you never have to use them.